I have to talk about Silent Hill 2 Remake. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, you want to leave right now. So I have never played the OG Silent Hill 2, but I know that people believe that it is one of the greatest horror games that were ever created. And I can't lie, most horror games kind of have a lackluster story, but my god, Silent Hill 2 has some of the best storytelling I have seen in a video game. Like, what's great about it is that at the start of the game, you're like, what the hell is going on? Things are so confusing. Who's Eddie? Who's Angela? And why is Laura pretending like nothing's going on? While James is just seeing all these monsters. And then as you continue out through the game, you start to see the madness and the hardships that every single character went through. Like for Angela, it was holy moly, dude. The abstract daddy fight, like, way to tell a story with the boss design, right? It looks like the dad and the person laying down is Angela. They're surrounded by a bed frame, and then like the weird stretchy skin could be representing like the blanket, and the pistons during the boss fight room is going in and out, and that's kind of like representing that of Angela getting raped by her father. And then there's Eddie, who's just this guy that always got bullied for his appearance. And then it is revealed that, Eddie has been killing his bullies, and Angela has murdered her father and brother. And Silent Hill has this power to physically manifest their negative feelings into the world. And then you start realizing, holy shit, what the hell did James do? And all this time, it's kind of hinted like he euthanized his wife. And you're like, it depends on where you stand, but she's in pain. Her living is just like suffering for her. So euthanizing her is actually a quote unquote good thing to do. And then at the end, they just drop you with that freaking plot twist. Something so simple yet effective. It's like, yeah, I euthanized you, but James did it because he hated Mary. He hated that he was caregiving for her for 3 years. He hated that because he wanted his life back. And I just love it because they're so rare for stories to cover the stress of being a caregiver for the terminally ill. It is such a mature subject, and one subject that's not really talked about that is actually a big issue in our society. It's tough, man. Like, I've seen people who say like, oh, James is a piece of shit, and it's like, I understand like what James did isn't, his reasoning isn't good, but if you've never been a caregiver for the terminally ill, it sucks. It is physically and mentally draining, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone. And the fact that James stuck it out for 3 years, and then the Mary letter hits, which guilt trips you even more, and it just slams you right in the heart. Jesus Christ. Like Silent Hill, they use the atmosphere, the music, and like the boss design, environmental design, and it just all represents what the lore wants to tell you. And it's just like, it's like everything is in sync, and it's masterful storytelling. It's using the gaming medium in the most perfect way possible. Like, I came into Silent Hill 2 blind. I didn't know anything about it. I never thought that this horror game would be about bullying, about sexual child abuse, and about caregiver stress. Like, I would never have expected it. So it was such a pleasant surprise to see all these topics covered. And when the trailer first came out, everyone, including myself, was like, man, this does not look good. They're gonna ruin one of the most beloved horror games in history. Man, were we wrong. Because, dude, there are flaws with the game, but let me tell you, they managed to expand the game while keeping the same tone as the OG, and everything that they added on didn't feel like it was out of place. If anything, it did a lot of benefits to make the story a lot clearer for newcomers to Silent Hill like myself. I might have rambled a bit in circles, but I just want to say This could be due to recency bias, but this is one of the greatest storytelling I've witnessed in a video game. And I am so glad they remade this game, because if they didn't remade it, I would have never have thought to go back and play the original Silent Hill 2. So thank God. And Bloober nailed it. But I do want to talk a little bit about the game other than the story. And you know, the environment, the voice acting, the music, all phenomenal. But the gameplay is where this game is at its weakest. In my opinion, there's way too little enemy variety. There is way too little weapon variety, and there's way too little variation in melee combat. And because they, you know, expanded every area, a lot of these combats started to feel pretty dull after a while. So I was really hoping they might have like added more weapons or like exclusive weapons to the remake. So this game overall isn't like a masterpiece, but it's still a really great game. But it has a masterful story, masterful storytelling. Oh boy, I really hope they remake Silent Hill 1 and 3 now, but I'm probably going to play the original down the road once I have some free time. I really just wanted to ramble on this. I don't care if this gets no views. I don't really care if anyone listens to this at all. I just wanted to vent because I can't get over how good the story was. This was such an unexpected game for me. I did not think this would have been as good as it was. What a way to go. Bloober team, I give you an applause because you deserve it. I hope the game sells well so Konami would tell Bloober to make Silent Hill 1 and 3, because I can't wait, man. This shit's great. Silent Hill's great, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah.